Hi, I'm Gordon.
Hi, I'm Paul.
And together we are the NT Review Crew.
Today we're going to review a film that features a dopey male and a strong female.
Thrust together by fate.
The male has a fear or a problem to overcome.
The female does not like him.
They fall in love during a dancing or a musical sequence.
They have a falling out due to a simple misunderstanding.
An antagonist shows up, and he wins the day for a while.
The hero and heroine must overcome their differences
to escape his vile clutches.
The female professes her love, and the male reciprocates.
The male overcomes his flaws to do so,
and the villain gets his.
And they have a happily ever after. Clearly, today we are watching
Aladdin.
Beauty and the Beast.
Finding Nemo?
Chipmunks the Squeakquel.
You got man. We already watched that! And I'm not watching it again!
No. Clearly today we are watching Atlantis.
Lady and the Tramp.
No, folks. Unfortunately, we are not watching any of these films.
Even though it's exactly the same plot.
Today we are watching Rio.
Ugh. One of the most generic movies of all time. It's a plot you've heard of. It's a plot you've seen in 100 films.
Manos: The Hands of Fate?
No!
Well, I just...
Manos didn't have a plot!
That's a standard plot. Anyway.
How is a Manos plot standard? Explain to me, sir.
I refuse on the grounds that you're yelling at me.
Hey, Paul, look at this.
What? Ah!
But of course we know the real reason that anybody ever would have actually gone to see Rio.
Was it to get the free Angry Birds downloaded app?
Absolutely! To get Angry Birds. In fact, the only reason anybody ever heard of this movie is because the Angry Birds people advertised the crap out of it. We don't need to talk about Angry Birds anymore, because that's not what we're here for.
No, today we're avoiding talking about Rio.
Rio is, as we just explained the entire plot, very generic and bland. So, according to this, it's got Anne Hathaway,
Jesse Eisenberg,
George Lopez. Well, George Lopez isn't really an actor. He's about as far from being an actor as we are.
Well, I mean, he's as great of an actor as, say, Xena. What's her name? I blanked. Captain Kirk. I mean,
Here, do you see what it has right here? Ah! I just find it weird they made a movie where all the animated characters are the filthiest creatures on Earth. You got birds, and you got monkeys, and you got dogs. And it's Filthy Creatures, the film.
Dogs can be pretty clean.
Dogs can be pretty filthy, especially when they look like this. This movie takes place in Rio de Janeiro. How do you know? Because it's constantly carnival, and we see the Christ statue up on the mountain.
Yep.
Oh, and also we have these broken down villa houses here that are going down the hill. Just like any movie that takes place in Rio de Janeiro.
The Hulk did this?
Of course.
The
Fast Five did this. In addition to these films, anytime James Bond goes to Rio de Janeiro, like in Moonraker.
Oh yeah.
Why don't you tell the people about the lady and her bird?
Oh, the lady and her bird.
From Minnesota.
From Minnesota. Yeah, Gordon was making cracks at the movie, talking about how both of them were clearly virgins.
She's a spinster who lives alone with her bird. And you can see photographs in the film of like her at her prom where everybody's just creeped out or grossed out or pushed to the side by the bird. And she lives alone with her bird in a library in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So clearly, they'll be old and spinsters together.
That's not what I got out of it. I got out of it that they had more of a relationship than that. He continually refers to her in such a way that I kept thinking that it was, well, you know, more than a pet relationship, but maybe an actual relationship.
Paul?
Yes, Gordon?
Now, I don't know if anybody's ever given you the talk, but...
What?
When humans and birds breed, if it's even possible, it only brings about horrible genetic mutations.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they don't... Yeah, all you get is a weird, bug-eyed creature with no ears and like a beak for a face.
Gordon, are you saying what I think you're saying? Get off the stage! My great-grandfather was a Fraggle. And I'm sticking to that story.
And your grandmother was a bird.
No, she wasn't a... Get off!
Prove to me she was not a bird! Okay, so clearly this is a bird right here in this one right here, is it?
No, that's
your aunt. Your great aunt. That is clearly a bird.
No, she's not a bird.
It's her name is Feathery the bird.
No, it's Margaret. It's right there.
Aunt Feathery Margaret the bird.
Feathery was a name. It didn't mean anything. She wore a lot of boas.
Then what about the beak?
And then she got eaten by a boa. She doesn't have a beak. She's got the same nose I do. It's just a
That's my
really
point.
Nose. It's a really big nose. Ah. What?
Then how come it's also the roof of your mouth?
There were issues that I had with the film. I really didn't need to see a dog in underpants, but
why do you keep thinking about the dog in the underpants?
Because I can't get it out of my brain!
I want to talk about the cannibalistic bird villain.
Oh yes, let's talk about the cannibalistic bird villain.
Yes.
That eats birds.
He does.
He
eats birds. So do other birds. Birds are filthy, disgusting, depraved creatures.
He raps a song. About
his rap physically gives me pain.
Oh, I'm so bad. Look at me mug and swagger in the camera. Oh, I'm so bad.
He's bad.
I'm so bad. Look at this guy. I'm so bad.
And he's dirty.
I'm bad. And I'm disgusting.
The villain meets his end, just like that one guy at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark. He gets thrown into a plane propeller. Delightful for kids films, right?
A wonderful, delightful thing. The evil bird clearly dies.
No, he doesn't. He just becomes naked.
What?
Naked.
When did that happen?
That's what happens when you get thrown in a propeller. You become nude.
But no, you become chopped liver. You get killed viciously, maliciously.
You become nude.
Canniciously.
Here. Now let's go demonstrate. Come on. Come over here.
No.
Come over here. Come on.
Gordon! What are you doing? Where did you get a propeller at this time of night? Gordon!
See what I mean? You're fine.
I am fine.
You're
I'm
just
alive.
completely buck naked.
What?
Yeah, look. Stay away from me! No, don't even! It's touching me! I'm Gordon!
I'm Paul!
And Paul's gonna stop touching his junk to me!